The Rock and Rollers starting lineup: Bertium, the NHL goaltender, Burke and Belanger, a good scoring defenseman. Job is up front. There's Bertium, a goals against average of 7.14, and that is 12th in the league. There are the Zebras tonight. Job is in the face-off circle with Anchikoski, and we are underway. A big one from New Jersey. Trevor Job dumps it in, played by Gosselin behind the net, sends it up the sport court. A new surface here, put in at the Meadowlands Arena. It's dumped back out to Anchikoski. There's Wayne. He had a hat trick against Montreal on this road trip. But again, St. Louis having trouble on the road. They've lost 2 in a row. Frank Lascala, number 19, throws it across to Anchikoski. Quick shot and a good glove stop by Daniel Bertium. And he hangs on. The coach, as you look at Daniel Bertium of the Vipers, is a very famous face in St. Louis. Bernie Federico, the longtime Blue, and a 14-year career for St. Louis. The tail end with Detroit, had over 1,100 points in 1,000 NHL games. Very popular guy. He's been out of hockey for 4 years. The Sport Court dealership. And he bought the team with some friends this past year. Was involved as a part owner last year with St. Louis. You notice the surface, 26,000 plastic tiles make up the Sport Court, which allows the puck to move very smoothly in roller hockey. Quick shot from Burke. A glove save by Gosselin. Goes into the corner. Good check. Thrown by Bowden. Now comes all the way back to the New Jersey zone, and Bertium will play it for Paul Marshall, his defenseman. A third-round pick from Philadelphia, the Flyers, several years ago. There's Greg Burke on the back line, another solid defensive player. Coming out is Takash. He's checked off the play, and here comes St. Louis. Randy Smith, who had 5 points in the All-Star game. Gets a shot, a rebound shot, and it's stopped again by Bertium. Kept in by Turnbull. Turnbull now comes toward the net on the back end. Back to the point. Keith Girard will dump in. He has an unusual size for a hockey player. He's 5'9", 230. Kind of reminds you of Jim Fox a little bit. Just kidding, Jim. Not even a smirk. Shot wide of the net. Takac will take it in his own zone and dump it all the way down. The goaltender Gosselin will play it. And you are 230, Jim. You're a trim what? 185? Legal clear on St. Louis, and they will bring it back down. Nick Fotiu, the head coach of the New Jersey Rock and Rollers. Had a nice career with the New York Rangers, a real nice career. He's the only native New Yorker to ever play for the Rangers. Grew up in Staten Island. Scored 128 points, 571 NHL games, and he was a tough customer. Face-off deep in the St. Louis zone. Ron Fillion, number 27, gets it back. It goes all the way into the Rock and Roller zone. Bertium will play it for Chris Belanger, top-scoring defenseman on New Jersey. Good check in the corner. Now it's dumped out to Ron Fillion. Fillion up to Haru. Yves Haru, good player, throws it across. Big sliding stop by Gosselin. Oh, that was a beauty on Lyle Wildgoose, and he stops it. 9:42 to go. Watch the setup here by Yves Haru. Throws it across the surface, and a quick shot by Wildgoose, and a great sliding stop by the 26-year-old netminder from Montreal. There's Wildgoose. He's 25 years of age. Off the face, it's dumped down into the zone. Haru trying to get it back to the point, and Belanger could not keep it in. We're just underway. Craig Minervini and Jim Fox from the Meadowlands Arena in the final regular season game for New Jersey. They're 22nd. St. Louis with 2 to go, and as we said, both are fighting for the playoffs. Anchikoski in front on the backhand. Dupas, shot, save, rebound. Oh, Bertium made a big stop. Huge save on Lascala. Now Anchikoski has it again. He throws it across the surface. Goes behind the net. Wildgoose will work it around to Yves Haru. And here's Yves Haru working his way up. Good scorer. He's got 40 points in 20 games. Flips it down to the Vipers zone. They misconnect on the pass, and it's kept in by Allen coming down the wing. Jamie Allen picked up from Florida. He's dumped. Good check in the corner. Thrown by Mike Todd. And here's Wayne Anchikoski. St. Louis comes in. Andrew Finlay with a quick shot. Goes to the stick of Pierre Vidmark. He lost control in front. Great chance for Cerrone. Shoots, score! And St. Louis, off some sloppy passing, works it in front. Miles Hart, number 8, will get credit with the goal, and the Vipers have the lead.
Miles Hart is one of the guys who's kind of struggled lately, and actually Bernie Federico didn't know whether he was going to dress Hart tonight. Well, it pays off here. Great unselfish play there by Cerrone. Needing to look at. He made that pass on the backhand. We'll get another look at it. Here's the turnover you were talking about, Craig. That's that sloppy pass. Anytime through the middle of your own zone, it's going to kill you. And Hart knows exactly what to do with it. He just raises it high enough to get it over the pad of Bertium. And St. Louis is up 1-0.
Both goaltenders, Jim, have made some big stops early on, which is nothing new for both of these goaltenders. These teams are relatively the same kind of makeup. They're hard-working teams. They're not big scoring, flashy teams. They rely on defense to set up offense. Here's an offensive guy. Trevor Job, shot blocked off the stick of Finlay. Now Marshall across the surface. Throws it to Burke. He works his way in. Quick shot! And that went wide of the net.
Behind!
Behind the net. Tkach trying to center it. Oh! They had him set up, but it did not go to his stick. Now 3-on-2 the other way. Here's Frank Cerrone coming down. Drops it back. Quick shot, score! A blast by Miles Hart again. His second goal of the game. His second goal in about 35 seconds. 2-0 St. Louis.
Well, Hart didn't know whether he was going to play tonight. 2 in a row for Miles Hart. The first one, he had a wide open net. This one, he just blasted from long range. And I think it kind of fooled Bertium. It goes home tweeners. It goes, well, through the legs right there of number 3, Paul Marshall of the Rock and Rollers. I didn't see a total screen there, but Bertium obviously didn't pick the puck up as it was coming towards him. 2 goals to start the game. St. Louis getting what they want. They played simple. It's simple to play with a 2-0 lead.
Well, New Jersey not getting what they want, Jim. Down 2-0 early on. Of course, you need about a 35-goal lead in the first quarter to feel comfortable in Roller Hockey International.
2 goals is not enough.
But still, when you've lost 8 straight on the road and you've only got 1 win all year on the road, it is nothing small at all to say that the Vipers are very ecstatic about a 2-goal first quarter lead. Now it's Terry Turnbull in front. Flipping shot, and Bertium made a big stop to keep it from becoming a 3-0 game. So pushing and shoving. The Rock and Rollers get a little upset with the start of things here in the Meadowlands in New Jersey. 25-year-old Minneapolis native Bob Cowan on the draw with Anchikoski. And St. Louis loses the draw as it comes back out. And Per Vidmark from Sweden has it. Good move, shooting, blocked in front. Vidmark living in the U.S. for the first time in his life and loves it here. Shot in front, back in and score! Great effort by Bobby Cowan. And the Minneapolis native dents the twine and gets the Rock and Rollers within 1.
Surprise, surprise for Cowan. He didn't even realize the puck was going to be loose. Well, take a look at Cowan coming out of the corner. I think he's trying to flip it to the front. That's exactly what he did. It went off the skate, and he reaches out on the backhand and gets there before Gosselin, the goaltender, can get his glove on it. Watch the play again. He's trying to pass that. Gosselin reaches down with a glove hand. He's half a second too late. That's all you need, and Cowan just picks up a surprise goal, his 6th goal of the season. And that's what the Rollers needed to get back into this one. Broken play turns into a goal.
Jim, some surprising scores so far. Hart, who was not expected to start, gets 2. Cowan regarded as a fine penalty killer and shorthanded guy with his 6th goal in 19 games.
You know, when you get into those big game situations, playoffs, you always have those types of players that come up big for their teams, the guys you don't expect. And you got to think a guy like Carter, a few pushes right there. Jamie Allen with a shot. There's the big guy I was talking about before, number 20 of the Vipers, Randy Smith, 6'5".
Huge.
So you know the Rollers are going to try and go at him right now and try to intimidate him. He's a big man. He's known for scoring. There's Allen again, another little punch. You want to get those talented guys off their game, get them thinking about something else. I don't think that's going to work. Now they're continuing to talk back and forth. The Rollers seem to be intimidating a little more here, at least initiating this contact.
Well, the St. Louis Vipers have to win 2, and they cannot get into any trouble here.
See how it starts? Smith just gets back on defense, and it looks like he was holding on to the stick of Jamie Allen, and that's frustrating. That ticks off any player. Then Smith gets some help. And now when you get that 3-on-3, that's just a matter of teams sticking up for their own players, making sure no one gets the upper hand. Allen goes to the box. Turnbull goes to the box for the Vipers. 2-1 St. Louis. 6:21 remaining, first quarter.
Each team getting penalties. Jamie Allen, Perry Turnbull, so they will play 3-on-3. And if you thought it was open 4-on-4, take a look at this. Incoming is New Jersey. Quick shot, Cowan. Is gloved by Gosselin, and he will hang on. Cowan looking for his second. There's Nicky Petit. Both of the coaches are mic'd tonight, which will put the pressure on Kurt in the audio booth downstairs. And Nicky, you played against this guy a little bit, Jim.
Hang on to him. Grab a hold of him. Stay with him.
That was the voice of Bernie Perduco that you were listening to, also the head coach of the Vipers. But what about Nick Patillo? A tough customer, a guy who didn't have all the hockey skills per se. He could skate, but he was a tough guy.
Well, there's some words of wisdom that are used in hockey. It's called keep your head up. That's exactly what you did when Nick Patillo was on the ice. He skated around at top speed. He leveled anyone that came in sight. He knew his job. He was a role player who went out to intimidate, and he did his job well.
Hey, what is it with these tough guys? Shot in front, deflected by Smith, goes wide of the net. Berthiaume may have gotten a piece. What is it with the tough guys in roller hockey? You got Dave Schultz with Philly. You got the Tiger Williams up in Vancouver. Nick Patillo here, quick shot, wide of the net by Tkach. And then the net is knocked off as Tkach went flying into it. It's a game with no fighting, and yet you've got some of the toughest brawlers in the NHL history in the league.
Well, you want those tough guys. They want to let him play a finesse game. Bernie Perduco, the coach of the St. Louis Vipers, there's a guy who played a finesse game. I don't think Bernie ever got to top speed when he was playing.
He pushed him in.
Now, he's saying that he was pushed in. He's talking about the last player when Tkach went into the goal.
You and Finner.
He's getting his next line ready, but he realized it was his own defenseman that pushed Tkach into the goal. But Perduco, talk about a thinking man hockey player. He went out there, he had the puck. He always entered the zone in the middle of the zone. He had two options, go one way to Wayne Babbage, go the other way to Perry Turnbull, one of his players right now.
Racked up over 1,100 points, 369 goals, 761 assists in 1,000 NHL games, much of them before the advent of the expansion, where you said something when you had a 100-point season, and he was one of the great ones in the NHL, one of the most respected players in St. Louis sports history.
That's right, he played in the NHL when there was only 21 teams.
Big difference.
In the old
days, huh? And you played when there were 6 teams, right, Jim?
Not quite.
Here's Paul Marshall coming in, not regarded as a scorer. His shot blocked at the back line by Dupont. Number 3, the defenseman who leads the team in assists among the backliners with 17. Flips it up, kept in by Haru, gave it away. Filion is in front. Tuano sets him up, shooting. Oh, what a glove stop. Did he get a piece? I think he did. Boy, a 2-on-0 break. And that puck went so fast, Jim, I'm still not quite sure if he got a piece.
Someone got a piece of it. The turnover right there, you see the Vipers leaving the zone before they have the puck. Look at Filion. He turns around and lets Haru know. Off the crossbar, maybe the glove. We'll have to take another look at it. But Filion turns around to face the passer. Good move there. It's a one-timer all the way. I think Gosselin, 35, came across and got a piece of it. It went into the stands at that point. That's a game saver right there. That Filion had a wide-open net on the one-timer. He got a lot on it, but Gosselin was there first.
Jim, that's one of the great saves of the year that we've seen. Guy Girard coming in, trying to set up Miles Hart for the first quarter hat-trick. Did not work out. St. Louis has 2. They're in the black. New Jersey in the white with the black bottoms has 1. Good shot from Belanger, steered aside by Gosselin. Now chipped into the bench by Finlay, and we get the whistle. Now Nick Patillo wonders, and if he's wondering about sports night, Nick, here it is. If you missed today's news, like Nick Patillo may have, don't worry, Sports Night will take care of you. Stick around after the game tonight, and Susie Colbert and Stuart Scott will have it all for you. Wrap up the day in sports, all the baseball highlights. Not too many baseball highlights. You know, Per Vidmark, who's from Sweden, is going back home And he said, I've been needing to get to a baseball game, and guess what he has not done on his summer list yet? He may not get the chance. In front, quick shot, stopped again by Gosselin on Tkach, and he hangs on. You're a baseball fan, Jim.
My Expos, as good as they were playing, and look what happens. They call a strike. They knew that. You know what? They just want to prevent Canada from winning 3 state World Series in a row, so they call a strike.
All right, 4 minutes, 22 seconds to go in the first quarter. St. Louis leading 2-1 over the Rock and Rollers. Trevor Job leaning in for the draw, tries to work at it. Finlay grabbed it. Now a whistle, going to be a penalty upcoming. And we're going to get a power play opportunity here. Looks like it's going to be for New Jersey. Brian Rome heading toward the box. Brian Rome, here's an interesting character. Civil engineering degree from Niagara College. Just completed his thesis. Are you ready for this one, Jim? In contract administration and construction development procedures for subdivision layout. 88 pages, and we're both glad that we did not have to read it. Now, you never know, a tough guy like that would be a civil engineering graduate. More important, though, right now for the Vipers' concerns, the 2 minutes up on the board, because St. Louis is 23rd in the league, killing off the penalty, just 46%. New Jersey, 20th on the power play at 38%. Evaru from the sharp angle, across the surface, a one-time opportunity. Wild Goose could not get the stick to it. Now Marshall will grab it again in roller hockey. He can bring it in. The other players can stay deep in the zone. There's no outside, only on a pass across the line. Here's Lyle Wild Goose coming in deep in the slot behind his Joe. Back to Wild Goose, give and go, stopped by Gosselin. Classic save, and they double down.
Looks like the Rock and Rollers doing it a little different here on the power play than most teams in RHI. They're setting things up from behind the net. Usually the teams have set up from the quarterback position, the point man up near the top of the diamond. Not the Rock and Rollers. Intercepted right there. They're trying to set it up behind the net with big Trevor Job being the quarterback.
Minute to go on the penalty. The Vipers could not clear it all the way out. Marshall kept it in. Over to Wild Goose. Now Job tries to ram one in. Goes through the crease. Marshall will play at number 3. They're really packed in there, too. Alone on that right side is Wild Goose. He'll come in. Makes the shot. Now to Job. Again tries the ram shot. Gosselin makes the stop. Yannick Gosselin has given up 8.5 goals a game. He looks like he gives up about 1.5. He's been excellent.
Craig, I think that jam play from the side of the net is a little more difficult than it looks. Job's getting the puck, and obviously he has total control of it, but there's not much room to maneuver there. You have a defenseman that's swinging his stick at you from the front. The goaltender will hug the post. Look at Ghost. He knows he doesn't have to move much as a goaltender because Job has such a bad angle coming out from behind. They'll try it one more time, and finally Gosselin holds on. But you saw a perfect example right there. The Rock and Rollers setting up on the power play, starting from behind the net, then taking it out front.
Good-looking uniforms, too, the Vipers. Something we really haven't talked about, but how about the colors and the logos and the uniforms in the RHI? Just terrific. 29 seconds in the penalty. Job again, the big leading scorer behind the net, number 16. Back to Belanger. He can shoot it. Number 50 on the backhand. Job trying to work it in, kind of by himself there, though. And the Vipers steal it and send it down. Continue to try to work it down low. When you're working it down low, there's so many players down there. It takes up the space. It kind of clogs things up. Not working so far. 5 seconds on the penalty. Quick shot wide of the net by Per Vidmark. Back to Belanger. Watch out. Here comes Rome out of the box. Nice move around La Scala by Belanger. Still has it in front. Deflected at the last moment. Or as Dupont got it. Now Job's shot goes wide of the net. And we're 4-on-4 again with 2:05 to go in the first quarter. Vidmark will go after it. And they wave off the illegal clear for some reason. And here is Vidmark. He's bumped aside, dumps back to Belanger. 1:50 to go. Nearly tripped by La Scala. He's got it again. Shot wide of the net. Dave Dupont skating up, number 3. 32 years of age. Throws it in front. Turnbull tried to get the shot off. Bertune steered it to the corner. Now back to the point. Nobody there. Ron Fillion will go after it. Number 27 for New Jersey. He's beaten by Mike Toth. Toth over skates, though. Killian has the puck. Behind the net, Smith throwing his weight, as did Toth. That frees up Dupont for St. Louis. The Vipers coming down the zone. Couple of neat moves by Randy Smith. Back for Girard, quick shot. And Bertium able to cut down the angle and make the nice stop.
Bertium looking a lot more comfortable on that shot. Things opened up right through the middle. It was a drop pass. It was a long shot, so he made it look easy. But you're right, Craig. He was in perfect position. He came well out. Another look at Randy Smith. Here's the drop pass I was talking about. Watch the middle open up. Smith was the drop passer. Finally, Greg Burke, number 2, comes out and forces the play. Good thing right there for the Rock and Rollers, and that Bertium got a chance to see the play all the way. It was a point-blank shot, but he came well out and controlled that angle.
Randy Smith signed with the Minnesota North Stars back in '86, played 3 games in the NHL, played with Las Vegas last year. The IHL had a great all-star game. I still don't know how he did not get the first star of the game or MVP award. He had a hat-trick and 2 assists. In the game we televised on ESPN from Vancouver in front of that sellout crowd. Bowden keeps in, quick shot. Goes wide of the net. Expecting over 8,000 or 9,000 here tonight in this very spacious Meadowlands Arena. Oh, Tkach was tripped on the play by Bowden, nothing called. Here comes St. Louis back the other way. Terry Turnbull, the captain, looked to thread the needle in front. It was blocked by the defense. And it was Greg Burke, number 2, made the play. Watching in front of the net, watching and looking around as Bowden was knocked down.
Looks like Jeff Beaudin is going to get a penalty right here. One of those penalties you do not want to take. Holding is the call. You don't want to take that type of penalty because it's 200 feet away from your own goal, or approximately 200 feet. An offensive zone penalty, you can live without those, and Beaudin goes off. Holding was the call. We'll get a look at it. Belanger just trying to hold Beaudin off, and Beaudin kind of, as he was going down also, he just reached around and kind of hooked with his left arm. Belanger went down, and Beaudin goes off for holding. Bernie Ferdoco, the head coach of the Vipers, doesn't like the call. He doesn't like the situation. He's shorthanded again.
So a chance, actually a shorthanded opportunity momentarily. Steered aside, Trevor Jobe goes back the other way. Vipers with 5 shorthanded goals on the year. 14 seconds remaining, first quarter. Here's Wild Goose down the wing. New Jersey trying to tie it up in the final seconds. Wild Goose in the corner with 5 seconds. He better get a quick shot off. Back to the point, Marshall shooting. Stop, the rebound sent aside, and that'll do it. Well, as we expected, a very intense first quarter of play on the wheels. And so far, it's the Vipers who are smiling most. They lead it 2-1. We'll be back for the second in just a moment. One of the power play trying to get on the board in that department. As we start the second quarter for the minute and 38 remaining on Baudin's penalty. And there is a very good-looking goaltender, Yannick Gosselin. He splits time with Scott Humphrey in the net for St. Louis. Gosselin will get the call tonight. Humphrey will get the call tomorrow night in a big one at St. Louis Arena. Not only the final game of the regular season for St. Louis, it could be the last event ever in the St. Louis Arena. The Blues, as you may know, moving to the new Kiel Center this season. The Vipers could play the last game ever in St. Louis Arena tomorrow unless they make the playoffs. Quick shot across the surface. A pass actually, but Marshall could not get it. Breakaway chance the other way, and Jankowski comes in. Way to the back, and nice move, shoots! And it was stopped somehow by Bertium. Great save by Daniel Bertium. Trevor Joe back the other way. 11:23 to go, second quarter. New Jersey trailing by 1. I'm Craig Bittervini upstairs. Jim Fox making his way down to the bench. He'll talk with the players, provide us on the surface analysis. Joe the wraparound. He tried 2 of those in the first. And again, Gosselin makes the stop. And now Jankowski dumps it all the way down. 40 seconds remaining on the penalty to Baudin. New Jersey leisurely coming down the surface. Wild Goose in the wing. There's Jobe, as Jim mentioned, behind the net. Checked by Brian Rowe. Now Jobe will take it out. He can crank it. Across the surface, Marshall quickly got him stuck in front. A chance for a Wild Goose missed the net. Marshall now behind the net. 14 in the penalty. Here's Job. Trevor Job holding, trying to get a good shot. Throws it off the skate of Rome. 5 seconds in the penalty. Now it's Haru behind the net. Back. Quick shot, score! Make that Wild Goose on the wing. Number 18, Lyle Wild Goose. His 9th goal of the year. A good shot, 2-1, and now 2-2, thanks to that one. He let a good shot go. Watch, a bit of a tough angle, too. And he may have beat him either between the pads or on the short side. It does not matter to that man. 2-2. 10:15 to go in the second quarter. And it's great to have you with us. If you're new to the game, you will enjoy it. Toth drops it back. Quick shot, score! And Frank Cerrone ties, or breaks the tie. Only seconds after the tire by New Jersey. A bad one, I think, there for Daniel Berthiaume. And it's 3-2. Here's Cerrone coming in as he got the drop pass from Toth and looked as if he was going to pass it. There was no one to pass to, of course, and he beats him between the legs. Toth paid the price, and I think Cerrone had a little head fake on the goaltender. Watch the head of the shooter as he comes in here. Takes a little look away, and he actually was a no-look shot is what it was, and it fooled the goaltender, and the Vipers have the lead back. Off the draw, Harry Turnbull goes after it. He had a fine 9-year career in the NHL. Number 9 for St. Louis. Played for the St. Louis Blues for most of his career. Winnipeg Jets as well. DeGerard steering one toward the net, and Berthiaume knocks it into the crowd. Nine minutes and 41 seconds to go here in the second quarter. As you look at Nick Fotiu, head coach of the Rock and Rollers. Nick also the head coach of the Nashville Knights for the last few years in the ECHL. He grew up on roller skates, though. He's a terrific story. Went from Staten Island to the NHL.
Somebody get out to the point.
Marshall whirls it around. Stanislav Tkach goes after it, number 10 in the corner, a big, elusive guy. Gerard says, hey, you're not that elusive. Bumps him away, and Baudin comes out. Jeff Baudin, number 7, up for Randy Smith, shooting wide. 9:15 remaining in the second. Here's Trevor Job, the leading scorer across the center line. Big crank and a deflect off the stick of Gerard. That one goes about 45 rows up. Jim Fox on the bench with one of his old nemesis, Bernie Federko.
That's right. I had to try and chase this guy down a few times. Bernie, kind of a good start for your team. Obviously a must-win situation. We talked about that. Miles Hart comes up pretty big, 2 goals. Kind of surprising, maybe?
Well, no, it's good. Miles has been struggling to score some goals, but it's nice to see him. He's sure, you know, to get it on the net. When you're struggling, get it on the net. Once in a while, it goes in. But it's good for him, maybe to take the pressure off him now.
Before the game, you talked about your team. You said kind of keep it simple, controlled. Do you like what you see so far?
Yeah, Jim, we've killed off 2 penalties now. Unfortunately, right at the end of that one, they scored. But I mean, the guys have been playing well. If we keep going after them, we'll be fine.
All right, Bernie, thank you.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Jeff Baudin tries to get it out, kept in by Thibault. Pick up from Montreal, number 13 at the point. He dumps it deep into the St. Louis zone. Now Turnbull whacks it off the boards, and the Vipers work it back before they come out. Some unusual breakout moves you'll see in this game. Turnbull in the backhand. Turnbull centering with a chance. Shot goes wide of the net off the stick of Gerard at the point. Now Bob Cowan plays it. He has one of the 2 rock and roller goals. Bumped aside by Randy Smith. Turnbull shouts at it. Now Cowan plays it up the boards for Per Vidmark. Here's Per Vidmark. The Swede flips it down the zone. And Gosselin will leave it. St. Louis leading 3-2. 8:15 to go. Second quarter. A flip in front. Chance for Cerrone coming in. Pulled down from behind by Belanger, but that was a very good penalty, preventing the scoring chance. And St. Louis will go on their first power play of the game. When we come back, they'll look to add to their 1-goal advantage.
This is the type to take. You see Belanger, he came in from the side. He only had one hand on his stick. It was kind of a weird call, but because the player was on a breakaway, he goes off for hooking. You saw the power play numbers. Penalty killing for New Jersey, 8th in RHI. St. Louis has a chance to go up by 2.
On this road trip, they're 0 for 9 in the power play. They've given him a short-handed goal. They may give up another here. Wild Goose coming in. Quick shot. And a pad save. Rebound shot. Oh, it was loose in front of it. Gosselin made another stop. And now Randy Smith grabs it. Again, Vipers having all kinds of problems in their specialty teams. Smith drops it back for Gerard. Quick shot, turn ball, one-timer, well executed, but he missed the net. He got that shot off so quickly, though. And Jim, how important is that as a shooter to just shoot the puck rather than aim? You know, Jim caught that with all the circus near the benches. New Jersey dumps it down again. 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining on the penalty. Guy Girard coming up slowly. 5'9", 230 pounds. Sounds more like a wrestler, but he's a pretty good player. There's Girard going back. Joined the team about a third of the way into the year. And again, good penalty killing by New Jersey. Bob Cowan does a great job. He gets the shot off and dumps it down with 40 seconds on the penalty. New Jersey doing well against St. Louis. Buffalo held them scoreless on 4 power play chances. Pass across is stopped again. And stolen, and Bigmark dumps it down. Well, Bernie Federico was talking about this. His team 0 for 9 against Montreal and Buffalo and 2 straight losses on the road. And they've given up 5 power play goals in the last couple of games. Here's Finlay coming in, and he lost it. Back to Smith now. Across the surface he goes. Whirling back and forth is Cerrone. He's got 3 points so far. And now Belanger comes out of the box. 6:02 remaining here in the second. It has been a good one. Gosselin tries to clear it out. Gets it to Smith, or rather Jankowski with that long reach. And Wayne gets it over to Cerrone. Cannot clear it. Tebow keeps it in. Backhands it to the offensive left wing corner. Gosselin goes out to play it. And Dupont comes back. Here's Dave Dupont. He will skate up on the inlines, wheeling and whirling. His pass hits off the leg of Filion, and Aru dumps it back down. And Jankowski with some neat moves, getting around Filion, coming in. Twister, shot, stopped. As Berthiaume got a piece. Now Wild Goose tries to dump it out, but Scala forechecking keeps it in. Looks like both teams are trying to get on stride here. They're not doing it. Both throws it toward the net. And Jankowski plays it. Good wristing moves. Quick shot toe through a screen. That was stopped in front. Now Filion in frustrating fashion rips it down the surface, so we get the illegal clear call. Where is Jim Fox now roaming the benches?
All right, I'm here with another old buddy. Here's Nick Patillo. Nick, game kind of settling down right now, maybe a little scrambly. Looks like both teams can't really keep control.
Exactly. You know, both teams right now are trying to do too much. You just got to settle down and just play the game and just relax.
Anything you really want your team to pick up, Alan?
Yeah, of course, we have to pick it up.
Any specific areas? I saw a great penalty kill. Looked like you guys had more chances than the Vipers on the last penalty kill.
Well, you know, you got to put those breakaways away, you know, and that's what turns the game around for you. So we'll see what happens.
All right, Nick, thanks.
Okay, thanks.
Good look at Trevor Job, 27-year-old hockey player. His family back in Nashville watching, where he played in the ECHL this past year. He's a good player, good guy too. Job coming in 2-on-1. He's got Tkach, fakes the pass, shooting, missed the net. That's nothing new for Trevor. Leads the team in shots this year, 133. Vipers trying to work it around, kept in by Burke. He throws toward the net. Job backhands it back out, and it's stolen away by Brian Rome. Vipers coming down 2-on-2. Hart, crisscrossing, along with Cerrone Now goes back in deep for Rome. Shot angle shot missed the net. Tkach coming back to play with 4 minutes to go in the quarter. And St. Louis leading 3-2 in a huge game for both teams. Belanger steals. Belanger comes in. He has Joe faking, waiting to get across for Joe. He finally does it. Joe shoots. And somehow Gosselin made the stop. Joe, in fact, put his stick up. He thought it went in. And he cannot believe it. We'll take a look at it when we come back. Some magic and illusion from the goaltender, Yannick Gosselin.
Baseball or bass fishing?
Baseball. Bass fishing.
Hey guys, watch this.
Miller Lite presents professional bass ball. Watson calls for a fresh bass. There's the windup and the fish. It's a high fly bass. Brought to you by Miller Lite. If you can combine great taste and less spilling, you can combine anything. Here comes a play at the plate. You're out. He dropped the bass. Great taste, less filling. Can your beer do this? Whoa.
We're here with Trevor Jobe. Trevor, it looked like you had your arms up on that last play. Tell us about it.
Well, you know, number 8 went beside me, and I just saw the puck there, and it was flipping on me, and I couldn't get it up, and the Gosselin made a tremendous save.
Noticed on the power play earlier in this first half, they go to you behind the net to be more of a quarterback. Different than most teams.
Yeah, we won't get their 3 forwards turned around, so they look at me and our 3 players are trying to make a move and get open, and we try to make the win. The quick one-timer I can walk out and make a pick.
All right, good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, man.
Hey, Jim, ask him about Gosselin's really been frustrating him. If we get that opportunity, we will do that. Thibault coming in. Quick shot, he scores! Sylvain Thibault! A wrist shot. And the newcomer to the team, who's only played about a third of the season, scores his 4th goal of the year with New Jersey, 6th overall. We're tied at 3.
New Jersey getting back in. A little talk there. A couple of French guys, Thibault and Berthiaume, right off the face-off. Not much happening. We'll see the play. Walks it in. Thibault finally lets it go, and it's the quick snapshot. Watch Thibault lean one way. Thibault lean to his right, and he kind of shoots back against the flow. I think he caught Gosselin moving across a little too quick. So the quick snapshot, only his 4th in the season. We have another tie.
Looks like it might be that kind of game, Jim. We haven't seen a shootout yet. We may tonight. 3-3. O'Dan throws it in front to the captain, Turnbull. The backhand, he steers one toward the net. Nearly a dangerous play there. And Berthiaume able to hang on it. There's Perry Turnbull. What an outstanding NHL player. 188 goals in 808 games. The highest pick in club history for the St. Louis Blues. 2nd overall in 1979. There's another great Blue. Bernie Federico, Perry's former line mate. And they're also co-owners of this team, along with a few other friends from St. Louis. Perry has lived in St. Louis for 15 years now. Bernie, of course, makes the Gateway to the West his home as well. 3:20 to go. Flying after it is Aru. Trying to get a step on Girard. Bumped down by Girard. Aru then bumped again by Baudin in the corner. And here's Jeff Baudin skating up. Aru looking back for a penalty. Baudin coming in. Shot angle shot. Wide of the net. Approaching the 3-minute mark now. 2nd quarter. We're tied at 3. Craig Benavides, Jim Fox. Final regular season telecast for us Thursday night. We will be in San Jose to watch the Bullfrogs take on the Rhinos in the opening game of their playoff series. 16 teams make the playoffs in what is really a 2-game series. However, if it is tied after 2 games, they'll play a 12-minute quarter to decide the series. Western Conference matchups are set. We'll look at them later on in the cablecast tonight. 2:55 remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Right now, both teams thinking playoffs, but they've got to think about business first to get there. If Tampa Bay loses tomorrow night at St. Louis, it will not matter. New Jersey will be in. But New Jersey does not want to have to wait and hope. They want to take care of their business tonight. Paul Marshall going after the puck. The disc a few ounces lighter than a hockey puck. It's got some air in between and it goes faster. Here's Tkach coming in, takes the shot, shooting, and Gosselin made. How many saves he made? Outstanding stop. He's been terrific. Mike Toth now skating in front of the goaltender. Trying to work out good checking though by Stanislav Tkach. The Russian player hangs on as a man in front, tries to work it to him, hit the skate of Dupont. Dave Dupont up to Lascala. Frank coming in, has a step on Burke. On a backhand, whirls one in front. Steered aside by Bertium with 1:55 to go. Now Anchikowski in the corner. Marshall will tie him up. Buck free though for Lascala. He's bumped by Burke. They're going to get a cross-check penalty coming up here. And it looked like Lascala went down quite easily, and Greg Burke not happy with the call. 1 minute and 43 seconds remaining. Well, Brian Rome out here, but for stimulating conversation, make sure you tune in to The Deuce for Talk 2 and Jim Rome. It chats with your favorite celebrities at 10:30 tonight and Monday through Fridays here on The Deuce. Greg Burke, the cross-checking penalty at 10:17, so this will carry over into the third quarter unless St. Louis scores on the power play. Bobby Cowan skating, looking for instruction from the bench. Played at Providence College, an administrative business degree. His older brother played hockey. His sister was a goaltender. And speaking of female goaltenders, Maynell Rayo plays for New Jersey, not dressed tonight. She is in the building, however. Has played 4 games so far. And we hope to be having her during the third quarter up in the booth tonight. Gerard goes after it near the center line with 1:20 to go. St. Louis on the power play, trying to break the tie. Finlay whoops it across to Gerard. Smith is out there, and Turnbull is in front. Another penalty is coming. Smith shooting. It's stopped, but now a whistle and a 2-man advantage upcoming for St. Louis. And these things are just deadly for the defending team. Another cross-check, here it is.
Watch the patience here by Perry Turnbull, number 9. Watch him in front. He's going to get whacked a couple of times. He gives a couple back to Thibault. But it's the patience because he draws the penalty. And it's finally Thibault that's going to go off for cross-checking. Turnbull took 5-6 cross-checks right to the small of the back. He did not retaliate. He kind of turned around a couple of times and faced Thibault. There's a good look at Sylvain Thibault. But when Turnbull turned around, he did not retaliate. He tried to draw the penalty, and he gets exactly what he wanted. Now we have a situation, St. Louis, 4 skaters against the Rock and Rollers, only 2.
Oh, nice face-off win, though, but Bidmark could not get it out. Unfortunately for New Jersey, the skates of Gerard, the puck still in the zone. Gerard now, oh, he had Smith looming in front. And gambling after New Jersey, 2 guys behind the net. Here's Finlay coming in, stopped by Berthiaume. Behind the net, it's Smith, tries the backhander, and look at Bidmark getting over there. 42 seconds in the period. If they can kill this, they will feel very good about things heading to the third quarter. Finlay, back to Gerard. Now Turnbull on the angle, looking, faking the shot. They go to the backhand. No, they'll hang on to it. 29 in the period. Turnbull, Finlay, Smith, quick shot. Stopped by Berthiaume. Can they clear it? Not quite. 20 seconds to go. Gerard has it. Gerard looking in front of Turnbull. May one time, no. Back to Gerard, they're looking for the perfect shot. Backhand pass, a little too cute. 10 seconds to go. Gerard now to Smith. Smith back to Gerard. They're working it in, but not shooting. 3 seconds. Smith shoots this time. Wide of the net. They're going to kill it off. New Jersey kills off the 4-on-2. And they get a well-deserved hand from the crowd. It was a good period. Nick Petit's bunch fell down 2-zip. They came back 2-2. The teams traded goals. And we're now 3-3. We'll go to the dressing room of the Rock and Rollers when we come back to the Meadowlands Arena. Exit 16.
Bernie Perduco, the head coach of the St. Louis Vipers. He looks a little more controlled than Nick. but they're ready to start this second half. 3-3 score.
Well, that's Bernie Federko. He is more controlled than Nick.
You got that.
Kind of describes their play. All right, we're underway here. The Vipers from St. Louis will move from our right to left and begin on the power play to start things off here. And it's dumped in again by Per Vidmark, who's done a nice job killing off the penalties with Cowan up front. Marshall and Burke back in the back line. Quick shot by Turnbull. Stopped steered aside by Berthiaume. Comes over to Girard. Now he wings it in to Smith. They play give and go. Girard will tee one up. They've got to shoot the puck for him. Quick shot by Smith. Stopped off the stick of Turnbull. 19 seconds remaining in the penalty. With 11:25 remaining in the quarter, St. Louis 0 for 1 so far in the power play, and that's nothing new either.
Craig, you mentioned that St. Louis has to shoot more, and it was no more apparent than at the end of the first half when they had a two-man advantage. A man like Paul Marshall was doing a great job. Randy Smith, he has to try and get open. He's a big man. He has all kinds of talent. He's got great hands. At times, he may fall asleep, though, and maybe that's a situation where the Rock and Rollers want to let the big guy sleep. Don't let him get involved in the game. We'll take a look at Marshall. He's killing a penalty right here. Smith comes after him, and Smith reaches out, dumps him down, and that's the reason the big guy's sitting in the penalty box right now. So we have a 3-on-3 skating situation. Finally, the Rock and Rollers have killed their penalties, and they'll get a power play in about 15 seconds.
These teams, Jim, are going to have to improve on the specialty teams to have success in the playoffs if they get there. They're both toward the bottom of the pile on the power play. New Jersey's 20th, St. Louis 19th. New Jersey has been outstanding all year long, as you see tonight, killing it off at 8th in the league. And another opportunity here for New Jersey now as they get the extra man on. Aru has it, across the surface to Belanger. It's 4-on-3 New Jersey. All along in front. Holding is Joe, but he's stopped again. And I'll tell you what, Yannick Gosselin has got that man's number tonight.
Trevor Joe, for the second time on the backhand, gets robbed. He just came off the bench and was the extra man on the power play. There's a lot of patience here. He makes 2 or 3 moves, maybe one move too many. The goaltender, Gosselin, is down at this point. Now, what Joe wants to do there is get it high, obviously, because the goaltender's flat on his back. But when you're on your backhand, you have to spend a little extra time to bear down and get it to the top of the net.
Yannick Gosselin became a goaltender at the age of 11. He was a center in Little League hockey, the sports, the Pee-wees. And, boy, he's picked it up and played very well. Joe goes wide of the net. Gosselin was a big fan of Ken Dryden, grew up in Montreal. Always wanted to play goal on the ice. Was a street hockey goaltender. And as soon as he put the pads on the ice, he's stuck with it. And Bernie Federko is very happy about that. Belanger coming in. Belanger in the backhand with 10:14 to go. 48 in the penalty. Over to Haru. Haru now top of the circle. Across the surface to Wild Goose. Wild's got a goal. Goes down the net to Job. There's that formation you were talking about, Jim. Job comes out now, trying to better his angle for a shot, perhaps. Holding. Tried to deep, and he could not pick the pocket of Andrew Finlay, who will skate out. 25 seconds remaining, and we are pleased to be joined as we talk with you with Maynard Rayon. I know you'd rather not to be talking with us right now, Maynard. And we'll talk with her in a few moments. Job is knocked down. And the St. Louis Vipers doing a good job killing it off here with 3 seconds to go on the penalty. And they dump it down to the zone. Manon, how are you?
Fine.
I don't know if you had a lot of chances to do the play-by-play in your hockey career.
I did a couple of things in the winter.
Yeah. Belanger shooting. Did it go in? It did. It scores. How do you like that?
Just a long wrist shot by Belanger. He was putting it at the goal. That's not a situation where you have a power play set up and someone just unloading with a hard shot. I think Belanger sensed that there was traffic in front, a few screens, maybe players skating back and forth in front. We're going to look at it. Belanger coming right at us. I think he's just trying to feed it through to Trevor Job right there. It did not look like Job got his stick on it. It went all the way through, just a weak wrist shot. It's not weak when it beats the goaltender. 14th goal in the season. Rollers up by 1. Maynard would have had that.
Yeah, what about from the goalie's perspective on that one, Maynard?
You have a lot of traffic in front of the goaltender, so it's really hard for the goaltender to see the puck. You see when
Picking up for the goaltender, right?
you know, you see the way the puck comes in, the goaltender never saw the puck. He never moved.
All right, you got to see the puck. Everyone will praise New Jersey on the deuce. They lead by 1. We are back at the Meadowlands Arena. Craig Benovini with Maynol Rayon. Maynol, step up so we can see you. And Jim Fox on the right. And I know you'd rather be on the surface, but you've played in a few games. How you enjoy playing the roller hockey surface?
It's different than the ice, but I really like for the summer. You know, it's a good training for ice hockey.
And for goaltenders, I know I saw the sunburn in the back of your neck there, even with the long hair. The goaltender's just so busy in this game. In front, here's a chance. Oh, Cowan trying to get around Gosselin. Yannick Gosselin from Montreal. You're from Quebec, and he's having some kind of game. But for the goaltender's perspective in this game, give us the look here. What is Gosselin thinking about here? Here's the opportunity.
You know, it's very hard for the goaltender on the surface because you cannot stop like on the ice, and if you move too much, you know, it's hard to come back in your net, so you need to play in your net.
A chance score, the tip in, and it was Ron Fillion who tipped it by in a second effort. And the Rock and Rollers go up by the score of 5-3, a second effort for New Jersey, and they have taken the lead.
Yannick Gosselin, the goaltender, I think could do a better job house cleaning. He lets the rebound go, and Fillion's right there. He just slid it underneath the goaltender. That shot kind of came high against Gosselin and kind of caught him in the shoulder, so he couldn't hold on. The rebound was there, and now the Rollers lead by 2.
So New Jersey, trailing 3-2 at one point, has scored 3 straight goals to lead 5-3. They are eyeing the Buffalo Stampede if they can win here. Belanger with a shot, and they have caught the side of the post. And St. Louis knocks it down. 8:10 to go. And Tchaikovsky with a move around. Fillion, he's in. Quick move, shot, but Bertune stay with him. Did it go in? Yes. I think Daniel had it at first, Jim, and it looked like, again, it might have been an extra touch to knock it in, you know?
Because the puck is so light, you know, you cannot handle the puck like ice hockey, and sometimes you don't feel the puck on you, and the puck fly.
Take a look at this now.
I think we'll see what Menot was talking about before. Watch Berthiaume, the goaltender. Good moves offensively, and as a goalie, you can't come across. It was almost like it was kicked in there, and you're right, Menot, it was on his pad. We'll take a look
But it's
at
so
it
light, and you don't feel it, and it's hard to keep the puck.
Great point right there. You saw it. Berthiaume had his leg stretched out. It was near his pad, but the puck is so light. Also, it's the same color as the pads of Daniel Berthiaume. Maybe he didn't pick it up. Almost like he rolled over and maybe even kicked it into his own goal.
It's more the puck who fly because it's so light.
Well, the Vipers right on the wheels right now as they look for the tire. Shot from Turnbull, steered aside by Berthiaume. Now we get a whistle from the referee. And we get a breakage. Well, the playoff picture is a little bit cloudy in the Eastern Conference. The first thing you need to know about the playoffs is it's a 2-game format, but if you're tied after 2 games, then they will settle it with a 12-minute quarter. Here's the Atlantic Division matchup, Buffalo against either New Jersey or Tampa Bay. Which team do you think is going to play the Stampede, Maynol?
I hope it's New Jersey for sure.
Montreal and Philadelphia, the other matchup. We'll talk about the rest in a moment. New Jersey works it in their own zone. Greg Burke walked on, earned a scholarship after his first year at Ohio State. Centers it across the surface. Now grabbed by Paul Marshall. 7 minutes, 25 seconds to go in the third quarter. This has really been an outstanding roller hockey finale to our regular season coverage. Playoff coverage starting Thursday night. Live on the news. Smith coming in. Smith's shot stopped by Marshall. Smith's been a little bit quiet tonight. New Jersey's done a good job on him. Crosby surface. Rome's shot is stopped by Tkach. Coming back, he's hooked momentarily. Let that one go. And here comes Stanislav. Berthiaume in front. Almost found him. Off the stick of Finlay. Now dumped into the corner. Rome trying to get it to his player. Flex off the skate of Finlay. And Marshall at the point keeps it in. There's Tkach. Stanislav goes behind the net, grabbed by Andrew Finlay. And his outlet pass right on the money. Randy Smith one-on-one against Marshall. Oh, good D by Paul Marshall. Now Tkach throwing his weight. What about the Russian player, Meno? He's a tough player.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's a good skater, and he can score a goal.
Gets some good moves, too, it looks like. Who's the craftiest shooter, would you say, in the New Jersey Rock and Rollers? Who's the toughest?
It's hard to tell. You have a couple of guys that have very hard shot, a couple of others good stick handle. And
Mike Tope tries to work it out. 5:52 to go. In the quarter. They dump it into the quarter. Still in the turtle is Cowan. Has control, lost control of the puck. Fans looking for a penalty, nothing called. And here comes Cerrone, one-on-one. Gets the shot off, stopped. Frank trying to move there. I think he was looking for the rebound in that shot. Now Miles Hart scored the first 2 goals for St. Louis. Bounce it back for Cerrone. Frank's had a good game, goal and a couple of assists. Kept in by Dave Dupas momentarily. Cowan all over him. Now Tebow stuffed the leg out, got away with one. As we approach the 5-minute mark, here comes Vidmar, dragging it wide as he got a good shot out. And St. Louis will come back the other way. 5-4 the score. New Jersey leads by a goal. Hart in the corner, hand kick to the puck. Taken by Lyle Wild Goose. And it's a offside over the line, and we'll take a break from the Meadowlands Arena. That's the score, 5-4. We'll be back.
Close game. Rock and Rollers up by 1. What they're trying to do right now, New Jersey, is control the game by getting some hits. And we're going to see a big one right there. A great hard hit on the forecheck. That was Jamie Allen coming into position. The game was getting scrambly again, Craig, much like it did in the second quarter. But now I think both teams trying to regain that control. Nick Patillo told us, you try too hard, sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes you have to think a little more.
29 shots for St. Louis, 21 for New Jersey. As Fillion comes in, tries to bat at it with bouncing puck, which can be a problem not only for the goaltenders, but for the skaters as well. Bodin eluding the check, gets it out to the center line, and Tchaikovsky has it there. And he loses it back to Belanger. Up to Wild Goose, has a rule in the break. Haru comes in, he scores! What a shot by Yves Haru! And New Jersey leads it 6-4. And if you want to know what a sniper is, take a look at number 28.
I think Benoit Real knows exactly how hard Yves Haru shoots, and he kicks the corner perfectly. What I want to touch on is something very simple coming up. Watch the backhand pass right there by Wild Goose. He doesn't waste any time going to his forehand, and that's what sent Haru in on the breakaway. Mano will take a look at it again. I know you face him in practice.
he's a good player. He can shoot the puck, and is good for the top net.
Here he is coming in on the goaltender. Snap of the wrists. When you have strong wrists like Haru, it works. We saw him at the All-Star game. He's playing with a broken nose tonight. He doesn't have any extra protection on.
Yeah,
he broke it last game.
The last game.
But that's a difficult thing to do, but he has a nose for the net, I guess. He finds a spot. 6-4, Rock and Rollers.
Tough game for him. He had a hat trick as well in that game, but he broke his nose, chipped his tooth, cut his lip. So he had 2 hat tricks, I guess. He had 3 goals, and he had the old nose, lip, and what else? Teeth. That's the hat trick. Gosselin makes the stop. There's Yves Haru, and you can get a look at that bruise. Jim, here's the Central Division matchups. We will see Minnesota later this week against either Atlanta or St. Louis. The Vipers hoping to get there. Pittsburgh and Chicago in the other matchup. Minnesota, though, has been the story of the RHI.
They have all kinds of scoring. John Young leads RHI in scoring for Minnesota. 30 goals, 49 assists for 79 points. But Craig, I think it's interesting. You know, in the playoffs, they talk about defense wins, defense and goaltending. We'll see how Minnesota, a high-scoring team, reacts. Once you get to the playoffs, it gets a little tighter. I think everyone pulls back a bit.
They've given up 187 goals, and that is, well, probably the bottom 5 of the league. So that will be interesting, Jim. They do have the young scorers. Bernie Federko, by the way, very impressed with the Minnesota club, which is a smart thing to say when you might meet them. Joe coming in, he can crank it. Trevor has not been able to get on track tonight. Now Burke's in behind the net. Rock and Rollers lead by 2. And one time they trailed 3-2. They have scored 4 of the last 5 goals. Sergac is knocked down, flips it back behind the net. Job has it. And I think, Maynard, when we look at Gosler tonight, the point comes up in the RHI. You can have a great night and still be beaten 6, 7, 8, 9 times and have a great night.
Yeah, this game is not made for the goaltender. I think the person who make the rules never think at the goaltender.
Smith is stopped by Berthiaume.
Because you receive a lot of shots, but you have a lot of shots are dangerous. On ice hockey, the game is more tight. The shots are from farther. But roller hockey, it's open, and you have a lot of breakaways. 2-on-0, 3-on-1.
Ralph Backstrom is the founder of the league. If it was Rogie Vachon or Ken Dryden, maybe we'd have less scoring. But it was a scoring. He's the commissioner.
Now, I want to ask you about the equipment. I know in ice hockey, it's a lot of equipment. It's very hot. But when you get in these buildings in the summer, it's got to be even hotter.
Yeah, it's really, really hot. And we use the same equipment in ice hockey. It's why we sweat a lot during the practice, during the game.
Some goaltenders have mentioned that their skates get so wet that it affects their wheels. Has that happened to you so far this year, where the perspiration just gets so wet and the wheels start to stick a little bit?
Yeah, you have a lot of water on the ice, and it's hard to move because you slide.
Jamie Allen with some nice moves. Cowan now has the puck. 2 minutes, 14 seconds to go. New Jersey in the white, leading St. Louis in the black, 6-4. Vidmark comes in. Vidmark, nice move. Throws it across the surface, and Allen fell down. Otherwise, he would have had a great scoring chance. Vidmark been knocked down by Mike Tote. Oh, big check by Allen.
That's the second big check here in the third quarter by Allen. I think he and Widmark doing a great job here in the third quarter, controlling with hard hits.
Cerrone coming in. He stopped. Allen falls down. Cerrone again getting control. Now to Dupar in front. Backhand shot by Harvey stop. Rebound as Dupar got another shot up, and Berthiaume made a couple of stops. And then it's sent down. Not quite far enough. Not quite hard enough for an illegal clear. Toth tries to whip it up the boards. Soyad keeps it in. One-handed effort, intercepted in front. And now Toth will dump it down. 1 minute, 10 seconds to go. In the third quarter, New Jersey leads 6-4. Heavy hit in the corner by La Scala. Now into the corner, with a minute to go, Vidmark rams it all the way down, and that will be an illegal clear. We'll bring that one back into the New Jersey zone with 55.6 seconds to go.
Sometimes that scrambly play leads to a little frustration. There's Widmark, he goes off. Peter Vidmark, excuse me. There's one hard hit by La Scala, so he's given one back. And one of the Rock and Rollers, Ron Filion comes in, so now both teams exchanging with the hard hits. It started, though, I think, here in the third quarter. Jamie Allen, he came over from the Florida Hammerheads, and he's been throwing his weight around. That's a way to get back into control. You don't always have to be fancy and make all these dipsy-doodle moves. Throw some bodies around, that can work too.
Hammerheads hosting the Fire Ants tonight, so they have not had a big season, but they will have a say in the playoffs. Florida just 4 wins this year. 16 losses, a tie. Had a lot of close losses. La Scala in, shooting, scores! Oh, good shot, maybe screened. Was Berthiaume by Marshall.
I think the puck was deflect
as well, yes.
On the stick of the defense.
We saw Berthiaume look at his defenseman. Paul Marshall, number 3, was back. We'll get a look at it right here, Manon.
No.
Well, maybe just a screen. It looked like it might have changed directions, but you could tell Berthiaume.
But it's a very good shot. A shot from the slot like that on top of the net, it's really hard to stop because the puck it slides. The shot comes faster from the slot. The only good thing of the light puck is you have less bruise.
It doesn't hurt as much. That's one thing that RHI loves about it. But they got by Daniel Berthiaume right there. Now we have a man down. It's Paul Marshall, the defenseman that was in on the last play, and he's still rolling around. A hard hit. I think it was La Scala, number 19, in it again. The goal scorer turns hitter. I don't see any penalties being called yet.
La Scala going over there as if to can't believe that whatever happened from that check resulted in Marshall going down. Seeing him go over there, you wonder if he did not mean to do whatever happened. We'll try and get a look. There's Bernie Federico.
I didn't see it, Craig. It was behind the play, but I think La Scala just caught Marshall in an odd situation. I think Marshall has just had the breath knocked out of him. He doesn't look like he's seriously injured, but don't tell Nick Petit that. He doesn't care. All he knows is one of his players down on the floor. Marshall finally turning over. Looks like he's all right.
Well, the puck may be a little lighter, but the surface hurts just like the ice. And I'm sure he might have a bruise or two. Continuing our look at the playoffs, the Northwest Division, the Vancouver Voodoo winning 4 straight, securing first place will play the Portland Rage, 4th place finisher. The Rads of Calgary, the Cobras of Phoenix will meet. And then when you look at the Pacific, Jim, LA Blades have won 6 straight, 9 of their last 10.
They'll play against the San Diego Barracudas. San Jose, Anaheim, we have them Thursday. That's what I'm looking for because both teams are very physical, especially San Jose. I've noticed they like to throw the body around, and I think that adds a lot of excitement. Another team to keep an eye on, Craig. 4th place, Portland. They're 7-3, I think, in their last 10 games. So it's one of those 4th place teams that are just starting to play well going into the playoffs.
You know, the top 4 teams in each division, Jim, get this one, 19-0 in their last 19 games. Buffalo 3-0, Minnesota 6-0, Vancouver 4-0, LA 6-0 as we come to the end of the 3rd quarter. The top teams are gelling at the right time. Not good news for these 2 teams or anybody else in Roller Hockey International. We are through 3 quarters of this must game tonight. And the score, the Rollers 6, St. Louis 5, and we'll wave bye to the 3rd and hello to the 4th in just a moment. Is Rock and Rollers with their backs to the wall, leading Tampa Bay by 1 point, a win, and they are in. And they will host Buffalo, I believe it is Friday night. Is that correct, Minnow?
Friday night here at the Meadowlands.
Friday night right here at the Meadowlands against the Hot Stampede for game 1. And they'll go up to Buffalo for game 2. And if it's tied after 2, they'll play a 12-minute quarter to decide the first-round series. In fact, the entire format of the playoffs is just like that. Jove is in front. Tkach with a shot blocked by the back line. Dave Dupont, nicely done. St. Louis trails by a goal. Quick shot, Smith, stopped by Berthiaume. Cut the angle down nicely. Smith again holding. Back to Dupont at the point. Dave Dupont will crank one. Blocked nicely by Burke. They get a chance here in a 2-on-1. Kind of slows up 2-on-2. Jones steers one quickly. That went wide of the net. Now Turnbull skating. Turnbull on the inlines. Turnbull waiting. He went one way, shot the other, and Berthiaume stopped it. That's a tough one, isn't it? Even on the ice. You know, the guy comes to his left and he shoots back to the other direction.
It's very tough because on this surface, you cannot move like on the ice. It's quite different.
The voice of Manon Rayon, the first woman to ever play in any sport on the men's level. He broke through or broke the ice, I guess we'd say, with Tampa Bay. Whitmark coming down. Nice stick check. And played against Utah in a regular season game in the IHL for Atlanta. Member of the Rock and Rollers. Allen goes after it. Jim Fox is downstairs. We'll check in with him in a moment. Allen now, top of the circle glass. Wide of the net. Marshall goes after it, dumps it in. You can see the intensity here. With 10 minutes and 25 seconds to go, St. Louis and New Jersey both needing a victory. Cowan trying to block his man. Played by Cerrone, lost control. Now Cowan comes out, he's got Allen on the right. Allen with a deep. Allen with a shot. Gosselin steers to the side. 25 shots for New Jersey, 33 for St. Louis. Here's Hart coming in. Miles Hart, pumped off the play. Cowan without a step. He can't kick it in, but he can pass it. Vipers work it up inside the 10-minute mark now. Here's Mike Toth dumps to the line, played by Tebow, and that goes into the bench, and we will take a break in the action. 9:41 remaining in the fourth quarter. Hey, we'll sign you up. New Jersey by 1.
Tight situation. We have a tight game. Bernie, tell us, what did you tell your team after 3 quarters? Any words of wisdom?
Not at all, Jimmy. They know me well enough. I think the actions speak loud enough. I've been pacing the bench, so they know what they have to do. We just have to get the next goal.
Is it a situation where you don't want the players to think, you just want them to do?
Exactly. Just reaction. When they've been in this situation, they know how important the game is, so we just got to get the next goal.
All right, thanks. Good luck, Bernie.
Thanks, Jimmy. All right.
Mike Toth trying to make a move. Can't do it. Haru knocks it down. Yves Haru scored his 24th goal of the year. Back in the third. St. Louis took a 2-0 lead. New Jersey tied it up at 2-2. St. Louis went up 3-2. Rock and Rollers scored 3 straight to go up 5-3. Then it was 5-4, and they've traded goals 6-5 New Jersey in the white. And Tchaikovsky with a quick shot. Stopped. The puck is free. Haru takes it out. 3-on-2 possible for New Jersey. Wild Goose gets the puck. Haru goes toward the net. Dump back to the point. Belanger dumps it to the center line. Craftily played by Lyle Wild Goose. He's got a man streaking in front. Good pass for Belanger. Oh, went through his skates. And Chris dumps behind the net. 8 minutes, 32 seconds to go. Craig Bittervini, Maynard Rayom upstairs. Jim Fox working the benches. Down on the surface. Greg Burke has the disc. Across the center line, he comes in. Takes the screen shot. Passing this side. Good stick stop by Gosselin. And Turnbull takes it. Harry Turnbull, number 9. 188 goals in his NHL career. Up to Smith. Back. Point shot stopped. The net comes off the line. And we get a break. We know we've seen it all year long. There's just nothing you could do. But the goaltender gets not only a lot of traffic on the puck, a lot of guys come flying into you.
Yeah, because the guys cannot stop in front of the goaltender.
How about this player?
Nothing you can do. You know, the player cannot stop on the wheel.
Berthiaume make the stop, though, trying to get down low, I guess, to get a sight at the puck. As you look how busy he has been. And, of course, our next cable cast coming up Thursday night. Anaheim and San Jose, game 1 of the semis. The defending champions have some chinks in the armor. They were undefeated last year. This year, they have found the going a bit tougher. They're not number 1 in Southern California. Their blades have grabbed most of the ink and the victories in the Pacific. Big check behind the net thrown by Bidmark. And Anaheim finished in 3rd place. In the corner, dump behind the net. Bidmark has it.
The next goal could be very important at this point of the game.
Even in roller hockey, right? Now with a quick shot. Great glove stop by Gosselin, and he hangs on. What a quick glove by Yannick Gosselin. Your impressions of number 35 tonight?
He makes some good save. We saw this is a good glove save, but just right before against Yves Haru on breakaway, he makes an important save in front of him.
And he has a little bit of mustard on that one. A little bit of a showboat glove. You know what? When you make one like that, you kind of want to show everybody that you got it with the glove, don't you?
Give you a lot of confidence to make this kind of save.
May force the shooter to think about a different spot to shoot at when your glove is hot. Here's Cerrone coming in. Nicely played by Lyle Wild Goose. Now backhanded to the side. Dumped in to Dupont. Wild Goose dumps it off the boards. Kept in momentarily. Now Cerrone will go after. Now Wild Goose dumps it all the way down. But no, we thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed it.
You're welcome.
Nice hearing your comments, and hope to see you on the surface real soon. 6 minutes, 49 seconds to go. In the 4th quarter, the Rock and Rollers leading by 1. Cerrone bumped by Wild Goose at the center line. Dupont goes after it on the backhand. Dumps it toward the net. Wild Goose goes after it for New Jersey. Wild Goose. Nice outlet pass for Fillion. He comes in. He has a man ready to crank. He was a loose stop rebound, and Gosselin made 2 stops. Belanger dumps behind the net.
Like that was a situation. You saw the goaltender Dawson there. He went over with a normal two-pad slide. Normally you'd see that on ice. Earlier in the season, the goaltenders couldn't do that. Now they're adjusting. They're learning their footwork, and it worked that time.
Good point. In front, Cerrone waiting. He waited, but he went over the net with that backhander. He made a nice move to try and delay and let the goaltender go down, but he missed the net. Cerrone a three-point night. And here it is, set up by Finlay. Watch Cerrone pause a little bit right there, and then missed the net with the backhander. He had some netting indeed to shoot at.
Smart move, very patient there on the backhand. He made the player just slide out of the way. It was Wild Goose. Daniel Berthiaume, the very quick goaltender. 30 saves on the night. Now it's getting down to crunch time. 6:04 remaining in the fourth.
The Vipers in 5th place in the Central Division, trailing the Atlanta Fire Ants by 2 points. The Vipers will play the final game of the regular season, the only game scheduled tomorrow night. Back at home. They need a win tonight to tie Atlanta. If Atlanta should lose tonight, then the Vipers, even with a tie, could make the playoffs. But the bottom line for St. Louis now, if both teams are tied, it's going to come down to goals for. Here's Anjikoski coming in. He's knocked off the play. Didn't have to get the shot on. And right now, Atlanta has scored 14 more goals than St. Louis. Anjikoski across the surface, thrown toward the net. A tripping penalty in front of the net. And we'll have a power play opportunity upcoming here. Like roller hockey, the playoffs just around the corner for Arena Football. This is where all the fun begins. Check out round 1 of the playoffs, featuring the Las Vegas Sting against the Albany Firebirds. Friday night, 8 p.m. on the Deuce.
Could have a chance to see the last penalty. Oh, good hard hitting by the Scala. That's not the penalty. Few little words back and forth. Well, a little too much with a stick. The Scala tries to get back into the play. And you saw the call right there. He was looking up at the ref. He was praying. Jamie Allen, I believe it was, went off for hooking. Good call by the official. You can see La Scala just trying to get back into the play. Allen wouldn't let him go. The first man to the front of the net is the most dangerous, but Allen did a little too much. He tried to plead his case, but it didn't work.
Looked like both guys were saying, not me, it was him. No, it was him. And it's Allen that goes off. Crucial opportunity here for St. Louis. Lost in the fun of that play. Nothing funny for Nick Patillo here. St. Louis from the power play looking to tie it. Finlay, do you smell a shootout in this one? Kind of seems like that. Finlay behind the net. Turnbull will have it. Backhanded play. And Vidmark can't clear it. New Jersey, 10 short-handed goals this year. Shot wide by Smith. 3rd in the league, so be careful. St. Louis still struggling in the power play. At the point, played in by Finlay. For Smith, Cerrone is knocked down. Finlay goes after the puck, sends it toward the net. Vidmark in his skates dumps to the point. Randy Smith, 5 points in the All-Star game. Dumps it across, 2-on-1 chance here. Marshall over to Cowan, shooting wide of the net. Marshall will make it, kill more time off the clock. A minute on the penalty as Vidmark dumps it down.
Craig, this hasn't been unusual tonight. The Rock and Roll is very aggressive on the penalty kill. When they've had a chance, they went to look for some offense, even though they're down a man.
Cerrone coming in, 48 seconds to go on the penalty. Cerrone shoots stopped. You know, when you see the problems there, St. Louis is not setting it up very well in the power play. So you can't just come in there and get a clear open shot at the goaltender. They've got the man advantage.
Craig, you know what they're doing? They're getting shots, but they're not getting good shots.
No.
They're just kind of floating it towards the goal. You're right. They're not bearing down and going to the area where the goals are going to be scored.
They've got to find the open man. In front, chance for Smith, and he could not get it. Smith will hold on to it. 18 on the power play. 3:38 in the quarter. Cerrone in front. They got a shot there, but again, a man between Finlay. Berthiaume may have hurt himself there, and the referee blows the whistle.
Berthiaume is dazed. He's still down. Now he's getting his gloves off. He's taking the mask off. Oh, now he's reaching into his pad. That's not a good sign by any means.
Jim, let me ask you a question. The goaltender is injured. St. Louis has the puck. Do they have a beef on that or not?
I think they do if a scoring chance was right there, meaning if someone was winding up. And Berthiaume told the trainer, my knee, my knee. He was pleading to the official to blow the whistle. You're right, Craig. I think if it's another player, a skater, they wouldn't have blown it down. But with the goaltender, Berthiaume comes across.
Well, you know, it's a tough break, though, Jim, for St. Louis, because they could have scored or had a great chance to score. Fedorko is on the edge of the bench right now.
There's Berthiaume. You see he gets caught. He gets his right leg caught underneath him, and now he's helpless. He can't move from that position, and he didn't. And now he's skating very slowly. I think they're going to take him right to the dressing room.
Yep.
But, Craig, obviously, I think that it's a situation where both teams are right. St. Louis wants to get at the officials and say, hey, we had the puck, but it was at the side of the net. It wasn't really in a dangerous position when the whistle was blown. And if the goaltender's down and helpless, I think you've got to blow the whistle.
3 minutes and 30 seconds to go. In the fourth quarter, Rock and Rollers lead by 1. 8 seconds on the power play for St. Louis. Back with it and more in a moment.
We've had a change in goaltenders, but I'm down at the bench here with Bernie Fedorko. Bernie, that last play obviously went against your team. The goaltender's hurt. You had the puck. The whistle went.
Well, you hate to see someone get hurt, but that's a crucial situation for us. We're in the power play, and we got, you know, the puck and the goalie's down. He blows the whistle. So I hope I hate to see somebody hurt, but it's unfortunately went against us. But they got a cold goalie, and now so hopefully we can get something started now.
Did the referee have any explanation for you?
No, he just said the goalie was down. He said the puck or the net was off the lodging, and I didn't see it off. But
well, if you have a situation where you want shots on a cold goaltender, power plays to do it. Have you told your team in the situation, go and take some shots when you have them?
Oh, yeah, they know. We still got about, what, 8-10 seconds left on the power play, so hopefully we win the faceoff and then go from there.
All right, Bernie, thanks. Thanks,
All right, Jim, Rule 10D, when a player is injured so that he cannot continue play or go to the bench, player will not be stopped until the injured player's team has secured possession of the puck. That did not happen. St. Louis had a beat. They're trying to get a goal, though, which is more important, as the teams now have 4 aside. You certainly have to respect the natural feeling when the goaltender is injured in that situation. No question about that.
Craig, I think in that situation, that if it's a head injury, I think the referees at any time, at their discretion, can call it. If they think it's a serious injury, they can blow the whistle. But it was not a head injury. You didn't see a lot of bleeding, for instance, but the goaltender was helpless.
2 minutes, 50 seconds to go, and St. Louis will feel helpless if they don't win this game. Illegal clear goes all the way down. They'll bring that one back to the Viper zone. 2:44 now on the clock. St. Louis can still get in, even if they lose, if Atlanta loses tonight. And that will be crucial. And there's the score. Atlanta at the half in Miami at the arena tonight, defeating the Hammerheads 7-2 at the half. Montreal beating Philadelphia 7-4. That battle is for second place. Pittsburgh over New England in a meaningless game, actually, because Pittsburgh has secured second place already. Jim, which would you rather have if you're in a 2-game series? Do you want to play the first game on their surface and come back home? Or would you like to win the first one on your surface and then go to their building?
I think coaches will take you a lot of different situations. They'll tell you after the playoff series what they would have wanted. But I think what you want, if the situation comes down where you have that 12-minute mini game, you want it in your own building. They called a timeout here, but the clock is still running, and Bernie Fedorko is upset. What they're doing here, they wanted to get some pucks out and get some warm-ups.
Oh!
Oh, this is unbelievable.
You know, Randy Smith just went in front of the goaltender.
Doesn't matter. You can't have a warm-up in a timeout.
Bernie Fedorko's upset. There are no warm-ups for goaltenders. That's what he told me. And what happened, New Jersey called a timeout, and we're going to use that timeout
That's unbelievable.
to get warm-ups on the goaltender.
Bernie Fedorko could not believe it.
We're going to have a warm-up. We're going to have a warm-up in a timeout.
You can't blame that man. Nick Petit was trying to get whatever he can to get his goaltender a warm-up. He called a timeout.
Nick Petit, that's unbelievable. This really is incredible, and as they play, they do the chicken song here at the Meadowlands Arena. A couple of free shots at Brad Malahy. Boy, that could really help him out, Jim, huh? Getting some feel, at least for the puck, even if it's 5 or 10 shots.
Well, his coach knew exactly what the situation is. Very difficult. It's late in the game. There's only 2:44 remaining.
That's it. One shot. We
So
just
with New
need one.
Jersey, there's Bernie Federko. He's getting his team pumped up. From a goaltender's point of view, you've been sitting down now for almost 2 hours as a backup. Difficult situation, and Federko wants shots on goal.
And that's why Bernie said we need one shot. One shot is all we need. Cowan's shot stopped. Got to be the right shot, of course, but with a cold goaltender, you just want to try and pepper him. Get one on him. Joe behind the net will try to kill the clock. And he dumps it behind. It's played by Andrew Finlay. 2:20 to go. St. Louis really needing a win.
It's obvious right here that the Rock and Rollers are in that puck control type of game. They have the 1-goal lead. They just want to control. They want to take any chances. The chances are there. They'll take them. Otherwise, just put the puck deep, get it in behind the opposition goal.
With Atlanta leading that game handily 7-2 at the half. If they win, St. Louis must win to have a shot tomorrow night. And Jim, another strange, quirky rule here. Goals for is the tiebreaker after wins. And St. Louis, if they win tonight, they'll have to outscore Atlanta overall. And Bernie Federko has said he would consider playing the game without a goaltender tomorrow night to give him another attacker. He's 14 down in goals right now with Atlanta's 7. And his 5, he's down 16 goals. How about that scenario? That has happened before, by the way, in the NHL. Montreal did it a few years back, in the 70s, actually. Shot toward the net, gloved by Malahy. They were playing Chicago, I believe it was. The New York Rangers, I believe, did it against Detroit, needing a certain amount of goals on the last day of the regular season.
Craig, with the situation with Atlanta leading at Florida, though, St. Louis has to win here. They've got to think about that before they start thinking about goals for, goals against. Obviously, like you said, they've been in a situation where tomorrow night they're pulling their goaltender, and maybe in the second half, 1 minute into the second half, they need those goals for. I think that's a good rule for RHI. They want to go with scoring, so they're going to go scoring all the way. They need to break it down.
I don't know. It makes a little bit of a mockery of it, though. Tkach has it. 1:35. I'll tell you something else. But Federko will be pulling the goaltender here in about 20 seconds, likely. DePaul goes after it. New Jersey leading by 1. They'll clinch a playoff berth with a victory. And with the results tonight, tomorrow's game could be meaningless at the St. Louis Arena. A tough way to say bye to that building, which has had so many important sporting events. Referee knocked down. 1 minute and 10 to go. Wild goose slowly throws it down. Belanger goes after it. Man in front, tried to get it to him. Through the crease. 1 minute to go. Going after it is Vidmar. If St. Louis ties it, we'll play a shootout. If it's tied at the end of regulation. Joe goes after it. Goaltender still holding. Hart has it, throws it toward the net. Joe will take it, and again, St. Louis kept the goaltender in. Allen comes in. Allen has Joe to the right. Stolen away by Dupas. Goaltender coming out for St. Louis. 30 seconds to go in the game. Dupas coming down. He has a man in front. Stopped momentarily by Malahy. Looked a little shaky. 23 seconds to go. Now taken out by Cowan. Empty net. Over to Joe because Cowan lost control. Turnbull works it up to Cerrone. 13 seconds to go. Cerrone toward the net. Gloved by Malahy. And we get a whistle. 9.9 seconds to go.
Gotta play 9.
Wow. 9.9 on the clock. And the Vipers have called timeout. And Bernie Federko is making sure there is no more warm-up on the goaltender. Malahy, actually, Bertube's coming back.
You take the face off. Perry, are you guys on this side? Smitty, you're on the left board. Ben, you got the shot. On the shot. Move across and shoot the puck. I mean, everybody grab a man.
Earlier in the year, the Philadelphia Bulldogs scored with 0.8 seconds to go to tie St. Louis. The Vipers lost that game on a shootout. Strange things have happened to them this season. And they are hoping to get a break this time around. Bertium is back in the net with a knee problem of some sort. Malahi is on the bench. 9.9 to go. Smith is out there. Lascala. Anchikoski, Turnbull, and Finlay. 5-on-4 for St. Louis. The draw is crucial. Smith gets it. Finlay will get a shot. Slapper. Oh, it went wider than that. It went wide. It may deflect it actually off a leg. And you can hear the grunt from the head coach, Bernie Federko. 5.2 to go.
Before, but he's back goal now.
Bernie's a little surprised, I think, that Bertium is back.
Shooting. You're here. Terry. Terry's taking a shot. Banner, you're there. You got the shot.
Federko setting it up for his old line mate, Harry Turnbull, who scored 34 goals in the NHL 1980. Smith waiting. Smith and Joe on the draw. They get the puck back to Turnbull. He may get a shot. Passes instead. 1 second, and that's it. The New Jersey Rock and Rollers have clinched a playoff berth in an exciting fashion. Nick Petit's club earning their 11th victory of the year, knocking out Tampa Bay. St. Louis, for all intents, could be gone if Atlanta hangs on to their 7-2 lead in Florida. In fact, if Atlanta can get a tie, that's it. A frustrating one for Bernie Federko. The final score from the Meadowlands Arena, 6-5 New Jersey. Our next game, as Bertium has a smile and a well-deserved victory, Anaheim, San Jose, Thursday night, the Pacific Division semis from the San Jose Arena. We'll have it live. Game 1 at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard, 4 o'clock on the West. Well, we hope you enjoyed it. The New Jersey Rock and Rollers will play Buffalo. So long, everybody.